What is up, NBA fans? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about NBA playoff basketball. So, in the Eastern Conference, we have all the matchups set for the semifinals. We have the 1-seeded Philadelphia 76ers going up against the 5-seeded Atlanta Hawks, who have been on fire as of late. And then we have the Bucks, who swept the Miami Heat in round 1 against the Brooklyn Nets, who did a gentleman sweep against the Boston Celtics, where Jason Tatum played extraordinary. Let's talk about the Celtics. First of all, they not fired, but you can say Danny Ainge himself retired from the basketball head of operations position, basically the GM position, to another position, and Danny Ainge's position is now taken by Brad Stevens, who's basically now the GM of the team. And if you didn't know, Brad Stevens was the coach this year, and not just for this year, for like the past 7-8 years. He's been a fantastic coach, but now he's basically the GM of the Celtics. So they're trying to figure out some stuff in this offseason because they've always been just so close to making it to the finals. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year in the bubble, and then the year prior to that, they were super close. Prior to that, they lost to LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Celtics just have been decent for so much time, but they haven't made it to the finals, and they haven't won a championship in a while. So I think that's what they're trying to do in this offseason, try to get a star player, try to develop Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum more so they can be effective offensively and defensively both, because they're both really talented scorers, but defensively their potential just hasn't been unlocked yet. And let's talk about the actual teams in the playoffs. So the Sixers and Hawks series, I think the best player in that series is most likely Joel Embiid if he managed to play like he played in the regular season. We all know that he injured himself in Game 4 versus the Wizards. It was a knee injury. It wasn't the knee that he injured in the regular season. It was the opposite knee, the right knee, I believe. And he missed the Game 5, but the Sixers still won that game with the help of Seth Curry. Moving on to the second round, obviously, he might miss Game 1 as well. So the series might be close just because of the fact that Joel Embiid might miss Game 1. But if he doesn't, then the series is either 5 games or 6 games going the Sixers' way, even though the Atlanta Hawks have been on fire lately, especially Trae Young. And then we have the Brooklyn Nets and Bucks series, where Brooklyn Nets should easily take this because they have Kevin Durant. If he doesn't perform, then they have James Harden. If he doesn't perform, they have Kyrie Irving, which this is just overpowerful. I don't think any team in the NBA can compete against this. The only downfall for the Brooklyn Nets is their defense. Defensively, they have literally, nobody. They have nobody as a defensive liability. And well, if that's the case, then that might be a problem, but their offense is just too good, which I think just takes apart from the fact of their non-existing defense. And then we have the other team there that they're going up against. That's the Bucks with Giannis, and I think Giannis himself is not enough to beat these 3 talented players. Drew Holiday is a big benefit from Eric Bledsoe, which they had last year. But still, I think it's the Brooklyn that's like, come on, they're finals favorites, so I don't see them losing to the Milwaukee Bucks. And then in the Western Conference, we have a really close series going on. We have the Portland Trailblazers versus Denver Nuggets, where Lillard just shot 55 points. 55. Come on, it's a playoff game. He shot 55 and 11 assists. He's like the 4th player in NBA history to do so, along with like not Kareem. There's other players that I don't even know about, but like, it's a playoff game. God damn it, 55. Jeez. And then Jokic played well in that game too with 38 points, and the Nuggets won in double overtime. Now they have a 3-2 lead over the Blazers, but I still think the Blazers can manage to win the series in 7 games, because when you have Damian Lillard, who's one of the most clutchest players in NBA history, anything can happen. And then we have the Lakers and Suns series, where the Lakers are on the verge of elimination if they lose the next game, because the Suns are now up 3-2. Devin Booker played great in Game 5, helped the Suns get that easy victory by like 30 points, I believe, which just blew me away. Like, LeBron himself lost by 30 points. Wow, I really didn't expect LeBron to lose by that much. Anthony Davis was out of that game because he suffered a groin injury. He might be out for Game 6 as well, which definitely means that the Lakers will get eliminated if Anthony Davis is out. If he plays, then they still have a chance, but if he's out, then they have no chance at all. And then another LA team that's down 3-2 is the LA Clippers. They're down 3-2 to the Dallas Mavericks, where Luka Doncic played phenomenal, dropped 42 points and 14 assists, helped the Mavericks get their road victory over the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George haven't played like themselves recently. Hopefully they do, because the Clippers are the only LA team that basically have a chance. I don't see LA Lakers having more of a chance than the Clippers. The Clippers might come back, but the Lakers is just tough because Anthony Davis, even if he plays, he might not be his full self because growing injuries, those things hurt, man. And then the final series that is now over in the Western Conference is the Jazz and Memphis series, where the Jazz beat the Memphis Grizzlies in 5 games. The only game they lost was game 1 because Donovan Mitchell didn't play. And I'm saying because he didn't play because for a fact they lost that game because Mitchell didn't play. It was a really close game till the end. And then in the end, Ja Morant and Dillon Brooks played really well. That's why they got that victory in game 1. But the next 4 games were basically wins, easy wins by the Utah Jazz. And that's why they're the #1 team in the NBA this season. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this recap, then make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Until next time, peace out.